Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. Tonight we are back with the only short tracks late model series for race number 4 of their season. It has been an extended break since we've had, race 3 of their season. Had my series mixed up there. It's been an extended break since we've seen the only short tracks late model series, but tonight at Concord, we're ready to put on one heck of a show for you guys. 200 laps at the Tricky Triangle, one of the tougher tracks on the service. And we will see that here tonight. We took the top 24 from qualifying, so we're going to meet our starting grid as we prepare for 200 laps of action here at Concord. We are just about ready to go. Your field making their way to the starting grid. And let's look at the lineup bringing us to the green. Our top 24 from qualifying. And let's look at the field here. There we go. Starting lineup on your screen. Justin Brooks going to lead us to the green, making his first start this season. In the 33, he'll have Carter Hollingsworth to his outside in the 28. Zachary Wilt in the 04 going to roll off from the third spot here tonight. And he'll have Brandon Elvis in the 54 to his outside. Peyton Henson in the 23 going to start from the fifth spot here tonight, next to Jacob Hayes in the 14. Kyle Martin in the 99 going to start 7th, next to Steven Oberstadt in the 8th, or in the 3 machine rather, in the 8th spot. Noah Evans in the 65 going to start 9th, and rounding out your top 10 starters, it's going to be Matt Vorndren in the 00. Couple of JTT racing cars in row number 6. It's going to be Connor Knowlton in the 2 on the inside, and then to his outside, the 055 of Gavin Gardner. Kyle St. Jean in the number 7 machine here tonight. Going to roll off from the 13th spot next to James Pileski in the 93. Chris Fleming in the 018. Going to roll off 15th tonight next to Riley Maricchio in the 320 machine. Adam Fulford Jr. in the 71. Going to start 17th next to Zach Murtis in the 02, who will roll off from the 18th spot. Then back behind him, rounding out your top 20, it's going to be Colin McDonough in the 39. And then Ryan Pittman in the 08 machine, going to start 20th in this one. Starting from the 21st spot, it's going to be David Smeal in the 027. And then Nick Giappa in the 26. Going to roll off 22nd. Joshua Gaiman in the 61 machine going to roll off 23rd. And then Matt Kent in the 31 going to start from the 24th spot. That rounds out your rounds out your field. 24 cars going to bring us to the green here. Justin Brooks in the 33. Always one to watch. We get ready to go racing here. I was wondering what was happening there. Looked like there was something wrong with the timing and scoring. It was actually, we were in slow motion. So we are ready to go racing here. A 24-car field ready to bring us green for 200 laps. Last time at Hickory, it was an exciting race. A lot of cautions, though. We'll see what happens this time around as we prepare to go racing. Field not quite ready to go. They'll get the one to go signal this time. And it'll be in the hands of Justin Brooks and Carter Hollingsworth. A couple differences here this week. They do have an incident limit. So these drivers have to watch where they're going, especially early on. You don't want to rack up the incidents early. As Justin Brooks gets ready to roll down through turns 3 and 4. The field is set. The pace car is off. And the 33 machine going to roll down into turn number 3. And it is in the hands of Justin Brooks and Carter Hollingsworth. The green flag is up. And we are underway. Back racing in the only short tracks racing league for 200 laps at the Concord Speedway. Justin Brooks takes the early advantage and already caution flag out back. Did not take long. We missed what happened. I did not see it initially. And then as they were coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway there, saw a couple cars making contact. We'll look at what happened one more time. I think it was a little bit further back. I think the 28 machine didn't get going as well as a couple of the drivers further back in the pack, and you can see right there, everybody comes to a stop. Chris Fleming went around. Even though there was a lot of contact there, I don't think there is really too many cars with damage. Trying to see if I can't tell a little bit further through the field. See a couple cars on pit road. Zach Murdy's, Riley Maricchio, Matt Vorndren all took the chance to come down pit road this time. And it will be Justin Brooks at the front. A couple cars got trapped behind the pace car, so they will have to take the wave around. But caution flag early on in the Concord 200. Justin Brooks able to get the early jump. Zachary Wilt takes the second spot away from Carter Hollingsworth. We'll see if Hollingsworth can take that spot back here on this restart. And now the pace car, lights back off, gonna make the hard left turn back down to pit road. Goes pit road very early compared to when the green comes out, so these guys have a lot of time to really roll. And it is on the green flag, so when the green comes out, they go. It looks like we are back underway. Zachary Wilton, the 04 machine, got a good jump on the outside lane. He'll have a good run down the back straightaway, but Brooks in the 33 machine going to take that top spot. Here comes Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 back to the bottom. Hollingsworth to second. Look at Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine. He's wanting to move here early on, moves down to the bottom side. Brooks leads. Meanwhile, back behind him, Peyton Henson had to shut the door on Kyle Martin. And with the way that this track is set up, it makes it very difficult to pass, and you almost have to dive bomb somebody. Because up in front, you've got drivers wide arcing the corner, and then in order to make that pass, you really have to show your nose on the bottom. And oftentimes it does cause chaos. Jacob Hayes in the one machine on the outside lane. Trying to get down right now. We're only 10 laps in. You want to be patient, but you also don't want to lose too much track position because passing here, like I said, is going to be tough. Hayes right now started in the 6th spot. He has fallen back to 7th as now Noah Evans to the inside. Hayes going to be able to shut the door there. Him and Martin made a little contact out of 3 that last time by. Kind of checked everybody up. You can see Hayes got the wall. Right side of that car a little scraped up. Oh, and one went around out of 2 or 3. Connor Knowlton in the 2 machine down on the bottom of the racetrack. I think that's David Smeal as well. And big time problems on the front stretch. They're kind of connected together there. Not sure what happened. I don't know if Knowlton was stuck in the wall. What, but everybody has come to a stop on the front stretch. Let's take a look at what happened to Connor Knowlton as they exited turn 3 here. Looked like the 2 grabbed the wall. And then I think just a little bit of a disagreement on space. I think the 27 drove in deep when he saw the 2 up into the wall and may have tagged him just a little bit. Watch that one more time from a different angle here. Yeah, you can see the 27 was going up the racetrack. I missed the beginning. Want to go back and watch that one more time from a better angle. Here we go. You can see the 27 dive to the inside and then just leave the bottom a little bit right on the exit of the corner, and they get stuck together here. It seems the 2 machine can't go forward. 27's trying to back up, and right there, Knowlton gets like wedged into the ground. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but under caution nonetheless. See Justin Coleman down in the chat below, enjoying another race here on iRacing. If you guys want to be like Justin Coleman, hit that red subscribe button so you know whenever we go green here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We get ready to go back green. Justin Brooks, Carter Hollingsworth once again going to come through the restart zone. The green comes out later here at Concord. You can see it kind of checks everybody up. But a better start that time from Hollingsworth. He's going to drive up to the outside lane, but he'll have Brandon Elvis peeking right to his inside. And Elvis going to dive to the inside down into turn number 3. Those two will be side by side for a second. Elvis down low. Ooh, there's contact off the corner. I think Elvis is going to give a little bit of grace right there and allow Hollingsworth to get back into line. But he's got Peyton Henson right on his back bumper. Man, you can see all those drivers bunched up, and when something happens, and nobody really has time to check up. And right there, Kyle Martin goes around. James Pileski involved, and Pileski's going to come back up the track, and everybody else has nowhere to go. Riley Maricchio and Kyle St. Jean collected. Steven Oberstadt in the 3. I think he may have gotten the worst of it. Matt Vorndren comes to a stop right there as well. I did not see what sent the 99 machine around, but I did see the 99 of Kyle Martin go for a slide down into 3. Oh, and I think he may have gotten contact, or may have gotten a little help, rather, from Pileski. And as soon as Pileski went back up the track as he came off the wall, blocks the track for a lot of those drivers. Go on board with Riley Maricchio to see what he saw. See, he goes up the racetrack. Was trying to get it gassed back up. I think he thought the track was clear, but then turned right back down. Drove right into the back of Kyle St. Jean. We'll watch Steven Oberstadt's perspective here. Yeah, nothing differently he could have done right there. He checks up, just not enough time. You can see the damage on Riley Maricchio in the 32. He's still back, or he's still out on the racetrack, I should say. We've got 20 cars on the lead lap, it seems. 19, actually. They were all getting lined back up. It was hard to tell. 19 cars on the lead lap. Under caution for the third time. Just about 25 laps in. We get ready to send them back green. Through the restart zone they go. Green flag is back out. And we're back underway. Down through turns 1 and 2. Justin Brooks going to take the early advantage. And here comes Brandon Elvis to the inside of Carter Hollingsworth. Oh, and they're wrecking out of 4 or 2 or 3. Wow, we're getting turned around at this racetrack. And so are the drivers on the track. We knew it was going to be the tricky triangle. But a lot of caution flags to begin this one. I think Colin McDonough was the first one around. See Kyle Martin trying to get it turned back around on the front stretch. Let's see what happened. I think he got tagged by the 08 of Pittman, and then right there at a 4, nowhere for a lot of those drivers to go. You're in the throttle off the corner. Do not expect everybody to be wrecking. And go on board with Adam Fulford right there in the 171. I think he had a really good view right behind the 32. Yeah, you can see he got into the back bumper of Pittman. Did not see who the first car was that really made contact after those two spun. Somebody really came barreling in there. I think it was Matthew Kent in the 31 machine. We'll go on board with him for that one. Try and see his view right off the corner. Oh yeah, I got squeezed up into the wall. Spun around. He was able to make it further than some of the other drivers, but still a lot of damage on that race car. And a lot of these race cars with significant damage already. Really, your top 5 or so, the only ones that are safe from any casualties so far. Still 17 cars on the lead lap now. And we are going to go back racing here, but we are going to do it single file. Single file start here. You can see the field, just how spread out they are. Nick Giampa in the 26 machine. Not sure what he was doing, or sorry. Yeah, that is Nick Giampa in the 26 machine. I'm not sure what he was doing down there on the bottom. But Justin Brooks going to bring the field back to the green. We are 30 laps in this time by. Carter Hollingsworth in the second spot, trying to regain some positioning here. And they are wrecking out of turn number 1. David Smeal in the 27 goes around. There was another driver collected. I didn't get to see who it was. I think they may have reset. Look at it one more time here. I think it was Chris Fleming in the 18. Fleming dives down to the bottom, and there's a little bit of netcode. You can see the 18 was definitely about to make a little contact. And around goes David Smeal. And man, we are going to run out of race cars. There is a, I think, 17x incident count limit here tonight. And if you aren't familiar with the iRacing incident system, there are 4 X's that you can get from each piece of content, or contact, rather. And you can get 2 X's from the wall. They all add up to an incident count. And if you reach the 17 incident mark, you will be disqualified. So a lot of these drivers are probably at risk of facing challenges with that, especially as we are only 33 laps into this one. A lot of drivers spending time on pit road. One of those being Steven Oberstadt in the 3. He was involved in a caution earlier on in this one. Just chipping away at that damage. But Justin Brooks in the 33 going to bring the field back to the 1 to go signal. We're still going to send him back green single file to try and get some green flag laps in, as we still have 17 cars on the lead lap. Justin Brooks in the 33 has led the entire way up to this point. We'll see if he can get another good start here and try to pull away from the field. The green comes out. We're back racing. Everybody single file down into turn number 1. And down the back straightaway. That kink is very tough. Keep the car pointed, but also not lose the rear end or the front end as everybody makes it through the first couple corners. And now Justin Brooks leads Carter Hollingsworth and Brandon Elvis through turn number 3. The field fairly spread out already because of that single file restart. So a lot of these drivers in the pack have to try to be aggressive to get some of that track position back. We are 39 laps in. Justin Brooks leads by about a half a car length over Carter Hollingsworth at this moment. Brooks in the 33 comes around this time to complete lap number 40. As Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 machine made a little contact, or had a little contact from the 54 of Brandon Elvis. I think Elvis now going to have to defend from Jacob Hayes. Hayes going to allow Elvis to get back down. As contact up at the front. Around goes Brandon Elvis. He slides back into the opening. You saw the contact right there with Jacob Hayes in the 1 machine. And around goes Brandon Elvis. We'll watch what happened one more time. You saw the battle that they had out of turn number 3, and you think the one machine just got in a little bit too hot. And Jacob Hayes claiming that caution, understanding of the incident that he caused there, and we'll watch what happened one more time. Very easy to misjudge these corners. This is on board with Jacob Hayes. Just a little bit too hot down into 1. Gets into the back of the 54, and around he goes. So under caution for the 6th time here tonight. We are 43 laps in. Justin Brooks continues to show the way. Carter Hollingsworth second, and back behind them, things are going to look a little bit different after that last one. And Justin Brooks trying to just replicate the same start that he gets every time. Hollingsworth really hasn't been able to get a good launch and be close to him to make the pass just yet. Still a long way to go in this one, though. These drivers do have a set of tires available to them in the pits, but unlikely that they use it at this current rate. We're going to bring him back. Single file once again. Still trying to get some green flag laps in here. I think there are 15 cars on the lead lap at this moment. As Adam Fulford exits the pits in the 71. Peyton Hinson up to the 3rd spot in the 23. He started 5th in this one. He was putting pressure on Brandon Elvis there before the caution came out. We're going to send him back green here. Justin Brooks through the restart zone. Good launch. On the outside lane, everybody goes single file down into turn number 1. And we're back racing. Brooks leads Carter Hollingsworth and Peyton Hinson. Back behind Steven Oberstadt in the 3 machine underneath Matthew Kent. Trying to fight his way back to the top 10. He's going to take 11th there. Oberstadt trying to get back inside of the top 10 where he started this race. You can see Jacob Hayes in the 1 machine. Was served with that penalty last time. And around goes Oberstadt in the 3 machine. Was just talking about him. And Oberstadt involved in another incident here tonight. I think there may be more damage on the left front of that race car. Try and see what happened one more time. You saw him get a little bit loose. He was way down the track going into 3, and I'm not sure what happened. He had issue there, or just didn't expect the line change. I don't know. Try it. In this view here, you can see him go down the racetrack, and he's way far down the track. I don't know if something broke or what happened to the 3. But another caution flag Steven Overstat involved in another one. I think the left front of that car may be towed out a little bit. And that could have been the cause of that one, but definitely something off down the backstretch for Overstat there. He was way offline. Justin Brooks getting ready to get the one to go signal here, I do believe. Top 3 remains the same. Your biggest mover so far, Joshua Gaiman in the 61 car. He's in the 9th spot at this moment. The lights back off on the iRacing.com pace car. Going to send him back green. Single file once again. See if we can get them sorted out here. Justin Brooks through the restart zone. Carter Hollingsworth going to follow behind. A little stack up, but everybody gets through the gas. A couple cars peeking out of line. I think that's Zach Murtis in the O2 machine trying to make a pass, but here comes Brandon Elvis to his inside. Elvis to the bottom. Definitely the preferred lane here as we got another spinner in turn number 1. Nick Giampa in the 26. That car very mangled here in the early stages. He goes around again, this time down in turn number 1. Let's watch what happened to the 26. Was battling with Jacob Hayes. You see Hayes shoot to the bottom there. And I think the 26 machine was trying to shut the door, but just not enough time. Hayes was down there on the inside lane. Try to get a better view of this one here. Yeah, the one machine was definitely down pretty low. Don't know if Giampa was trying to drive it in deep and get the spot. I'm not sure. 8th caution flag. Still 16 cars on the lead lap. Actually, I believe it's 17. Justin Brooks continues to show the way. They really haven't been able to get to him on the restart up front, but they haven't had the time for anybody to really get heat in their tires. It's been a ride and line game up at the front so far. Field gets the one to go once again. And Justin Brooks going to lead Carter Hollingsworth and Peyton Henson through the restart zone. We got a couple cars sorting out the lineup back behind, but I think they're all where they need to be. Brooks and Hollingsworth through the restart zone once again here. Field stacks up back behind. Little bumper tag, but everybody makes it through the restart zone. And Justin Brooks leads the field back down into turn number 1. Back behind, Riley Maricchio makes the move underneath Joshua Gaiman. And out of 4, Matthew Kent goes for a slide in the 31 machine. Right back under yellow. Actually, out of turn number 3, I don't know how many times I've called turn 3, turn 4. If somebody could get a count on that, that'd be cool. But 9th caution. Matthew Kent going for a slide out of turn number 3. We'll watch one more time and try and see what happened. Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine. I think he tried to back out of it there, saw the gap, but the 31 machine was coming right to the bottom. 54 tried to back out of it, just made a little bit of contact. Go on board with Brandon Elvis. Yeah, 31 definitely came down just a little bit there. Elvis showed the nose, was trying to be aggressive. The caution flag comes back out. 9th caution. I'm curious to know how many drivers are out from incident points. That is my real wonder, because we have seen a lot of carnage so far. I believe there are 6 drivers. No, there are 5 drivers right now that are completely out of the race. Those being James Pileski, Matt Vordren, Chris Fleming, Kyle Martin, Kyle St. Jean, and Connor Knowlton. 5 drivers that are not going to finish tonight's race. They get the 1-to-go signal once again. Field still single file. Race control not quite happy with the product just yet. But we're going to keep him single file. And Justin Brooks going to lead Carter Hollingsworth and Peyton Henson through the restart zone as the green flag comes back out. And we are back underway. 67 laps in. Out of 200. Still a long ways to go. Riley Maricchio going to sneak by Jacob Hayes on the restart. Those two are trying to fight their way back up through the field. Jacob Hayes started 6th in this one. Back to the 9th spot. As Justin Brooks out front in the 33 machine just set the fastest lap in this race. So even though we are this far into the race and they've had this many heat cycles on the cars, still speed in these race cars. Brooks still with the advantage over Carter Hollingsworth and Peyton Henson. Henson's starting to put a little pressure on the number 28. Man, Jacob Hayes really, I thought he was going to drive it down into 1 and 2. But thought better of it, backed out. Now up front, they are all over the back bumper of Carter Hollingsworth. He's got Justin Brooks right in front of him. Probably trying to hold pretty fair pace as they're wrecking back behind. Zachary Will in the 04 machine went for a slide. I did not catch what happened. But I saw him and another driver going for a slide. Watch what happened here. Oh, and I think the number 65 of Noah Evans may have had something going on in front of him. Watch that one more time. Yeah, you see the 65 got into the back bumper of Peyton Hinson, and then as that happened, he checked up. There was nothing Zachary Wilt could have done. They made contact, and then the 04 machine ends up going for a spin. Damage on the front end of that race car. Tough break for Zachary Wilt. Was running inside the top 5. Now going to be back to the 12th spot. 10 caution flags, just shy of halfway. About 25 laps till we see the cross flags. Justin Brooks has been lights out on these restarts. That time, Carter Hollingsworth was starting to get a little bit of pressure from Peyton Hinson in the 23 car. See what Peyton can do on this restart. Starting behind your race leader, starting behind Carter Hollingsworth. Forgot we were single file there. Be prepared to go back racing. It'll be Brooks, Hollingsworth, Henson, Gardner, and Murtis, your top 5. They fire through the start zone, and we are back underway. Good start from the 28 of Hollingsworth. He's going to be right there on the back bumper of Justin Brooks. Brooks through the kink on the back straightaway. Has a car length to the 28 of Hollingsworth. Now the field trying to get settled back in. Hard to get back into your rhythm once the caution flag comes out here at Concord. Very rhythm-based track. We see Brandon Elvis trying to work his way back up through the field after being involved in an incident earlier on. Nick Giampa goes underneath Matthew Kent right there. Up in front of him, Noah Evans trying to work his way back forward. He's got Riley Maricchio on his front bumper. Up front, Gavin Gardner takes a peek to the inside of Peyton Hinson, but had to back out of it there. Gardner in the 55 started this race in the 12th spot, has slowly worked his way up. One of the few cars left on the track that is not all battered and bruised. He's done a good job at this point in the race, keeping that car in the right direction. We'll see if Gavin can break his way into the top 3. Back behind, Jacob Hayes, another driver, trying to fight his way back forward. Hayes in the 1 machine. Been involved in a fair share of incidents here tonight. But he's got that car fixed back up. He's had a lot of time on pit road during these caution flags to get the damage repaired, as have a lot of these drivers around him. Gavin Gardner in the 55, continuously trying to peek down to the inside lane. Justin Brooks a little bit quicker. Like you can see, very close throughout this field. Look at the times on the left side of our screen. Everybody that last time by. Very close gap. Gavin Gardner in the 55, running 4th right now. Back behind him, Riley Maricchio has gotten that car fixed back up. He's back up into the top 5. Field getting spread out now, about 8 laps shy of halfway. Justin Brooks continues to show the way here. He's got Carter Hollingsworth right on his back bumper. Here comes Jacob Hayes looking to the inside of Noah Evans. Evans going to try to hold off on the outside lane. A little bobble through the back straightaway, though. Now Jacob Hayes going to be able to take that spot away, and that'll open up the door for Ryan Pittman in the 08. Five laps shy of halfway. It's a 5-car breakaway at the front. We've got a caution on the speedway. Adam Fulford in the 71 and Nick Giampa tangled up on the exit of turn number 4. Didn't see what happened, but I did see a couple other cars pulling away as well. Let's see. Giampa in the 26 was trying to get around Fulford, it looks like. Just got into the back bumper of the 71, and around goes Adam Fulford. Fulford's out there trying to get his lucky dog, and actually he would have been the lucky dog had that incident not happened to him. So tough break for Adam Fulford. Going to be set back further. Oh, a little bit of displeasure from the 71 machine, and I actually think that may have done it for Nick Giampa. I mentioned that incident limit. I think that final little swerve from Adam Fulford may have done it for Nicholas Giampa's incident limit here tonight. Tough break for Nick Giampa. In the 26, Adam Fulford going to bring that 71 machine pit side. Try to get damage repaired. I think he's still only 1 lap down, but losing a lot of opportunity, especially with that caution happening to him right there. Justin Brooks gonna prepare to send this field back green. Hasn't really had too much of a challenge from Carter Hollingsworth on this restart just yet. We'll see if they send him single file or double. It looks like they will remain single file. So the field going to come back to the halfway signal. We are just about ready to go. Pace car is off. Field down through turn number 3. And Justin Brooks, Carter Hollingsworth, and Peyton Hinson, your top 3 back through the zone. And we are back racing down into turn number 1. Justin Brooks in the 33 has got a mirror full of Carter Hollingsworth in the 28. Now Hollingsworth trying to peek to the inside, but doesn't have the run. The 33 machine just so good on the exit of the corner. Able to keep the 28 at bay. Peyton Hinson currently running in the 3rd spot. Patiently waiting behind Carter Hollingsworth. We just got the halfway signal. So 103 laps in, 97 to go. Still a long way here at the Concord Speedway. Now that begs the question, will we see anybody pit for tires? We haven't seen too many green flag laps. Not that many green flag runs, I should say. which are usually what you see force these guys to come to pit road to get those extra tires. But with 95 to go, unless we get a caution like right at lap 150, I think it may be a no-stop race as Ryan Pittman moves by Brandon Elvis. Pittman's going to take over the 8th spot. Justin Brooks continues to show the way. Carter Hollingsworth right there in the 2nd spot, just hasn't been able to make a move or have a run to the inside. He's just able to maintain pace with Justin Brooks. Hasn't been able to get that spot, though. Look back to Jacob Hayes. He and Riley Maricchio trying to move back forward. One machine trying to get a run. You can see him enter a little bit higher. He's trying to get the run off the corner to pull down the straightaways, but he's just unable to get enough of a run to peek inside. Maricchio is going to hold that spot for now. We have 90 laps to go. Now that we've gotten past the halfway point, we're getting some green flag laps in here. The laps are going to go by quicker. Some of these drivers outside of the top 5 are going to run out of time to make their way through the field. I think that's what we're seeing from Jacob Hayes right here in the 1 machine, trying to work his way back forward. He's got Riley Maricchio in front of him, the final spot in the top 5. Hayes peeked to the inside that time. Maricchio going to shut the door. Going to open up the door for Zach Murtis in the 0-2. Now Jacob Hayes is going to have to yield that position. I think he's going to try to cross back over. Murtis in the 0-2 will take that spot away. Meanwhile, up front, Justin Brooks getting a little bit of separation to Carter Hollingsworth. Most we've seen so far. Tires starting to get a little bit hot on that 28 machine as now we see Jacob Hayes make that pass back to the inside to take 6th back. He'll set his sights on Riley Maricchio. A little bit further back, Steven Oberstadt battling with Matthew Kent, trying to take over. That is the 12th spot on the racetrack. Oberstadt's been peeking to the inside. There's Oberstadt to the bottom. He'll take that spot away. Down into turn 3. You have 12th to Steven Oberstadt. It's been a rough go for Steven here tonight. But he is still on the lead lap and still in contention if something were to happen Is up front, your top 5. Pretty spread out. Hollingsworth in that second spot. He's got Peyton Henson back behind him, but not putting too much pressure on at this current moment. Back behind, Jacob Hayes getting a little bit closer to Riley Maricchio. You can see he's left Ryan Pittman in the 08 machine. Pittman back in the 7th spot right there. Able to get around Zach Murtis as well. Jacob Hayes closing in. He is a little bit quicker than Riley Maricchio up in front of him. You can see Ryan Pittman's about a 1.5 seconds back, so Hayes can really push right here. And as I say that, caution flag flies. I think the 21 machine, or sorry, 61 machine went for a slide. I didn't see what happened. He did reset. Watch again. Looked like the 61 just lost it out of turn number 3. Luckily, nobody else was side by side. Everybody had room to get by the 61 here. And now race control is going to be faced with an interesting decision, because you could send him back double file, or you could keep him single. We'll have to see what happens here, as most of the field comes down to take 2 right side tires. Gavin Gardner in the 55 machine gets out a little bit quicker than Carter Hollingsworth. There were 2 drivers at the front, though, that are going to shake things up. Ryan Pittman and Brandon Elvis both stayed out. So they're going to be on old tires here when we come back to the green. Let's see what kind of effect that has. Both Pittman and Elvis have been down to pit road, but not on this most recent visit. Elvis came to pit road on lap 59. Ryan Pittman was lap 96. So as we are about 67 laps shy, we'll send them back racing. Ryan Pittman and Brandon Elvis on the older tires. Let's see what they can do here. Justin Brooks, the guy that's led the entire way up to this point, going to be in row number 3 on the bottom. Or row 2 on the bottom, I should say. We are back racing down into turn number 1. Brandon Elvis in the 54 trying to use up that outside lane, and he will. New leader down into turn number 3. Brandon Elvis going to take the top spot. Meanwhile, Ryan Pittman going to have to try to defend, but here comes Justin Brooks to the inside. Brooks in the 33 trying to regain that top spot. He's got Ryan Pittman on his outside. Pittman holding close. Going to try to cross here, but not going to be able to get the run. Meanwhile, back behind him, Hollingsworth and Gardner fight for the 4th spot. Oh, back behind him, Riley Maricchio in the 32 machine. Upside down goes Jacob Hayes. And a huge one on the front stretch. Maricchio in the 32 shot across the track. And a huge one ensues on the front stretch. Couple cars come to a stop. We will watch that one again. We're going to watch that from this angle right here. You can see the 32 machine, I think, just thought he was clear. And look at the ride that Jacob Hayes went for. Got catapulted. Wow. We're going to go on board with Jacob Hayes here. Now, everybody, if you are motion sick, I wouldn't watch this. Maybe turn away from the screen. There's what happened and just shoots right up across the track. I think the 32 machine just got kind of clipped off the corner. And then straight up across. Watch it one more time. This is down the front stretch. And the track is blocked for most of those drivers. Adam Fulford in the 71, I think, may have gotten DQ'd on that final little bump. Tough break to the 71 machine. He will officially be out. But Brandon Elvis going to take the top spot, and he will hold it here. So Brandon Elvis going to roll off next to Justin Brooks. Brooks in the 33 has led the most laps so far out of anybody. And look at how many cars that one took out. A smaller field rolling through turn number 3. Brandon Elvis going to bring him through the restart zone. And the green flag is back out. They're back underway. Good launch for the 54 of Elvis. Runs out and clears Justin Brooks in the 33 machine. Now what can Brooks do? Take that top spot back. He looks to the inside. Brandon Elvis going to try to close off the bottom, but Brooks right there on the bottom. Slight contact made down through turn number 3. Elvis in the 54 still to the outside. But Justin Brooks peeks ahead. Down through turn 3. Here comes Carter Hollingsworth as well in the 28 machine. Looking to the inside for second. New leader Justin Brooks at lap 145. Now Hollingsworth going to try to put his name in the mix. There's Peyton Henson as well. Up front, Brandon Elvis going to look back to the inside. Underneath Carter Hollingsworth to take that second spot. Elvis had to back out there, didn't quite have the run. The battle is up right at the front. Carter Hollingsworth all over the back bumper of Justin Brooks. What can he do? Gap is only 0.2 of a second. Hollingsworth trying to find every opportunity he can. You can see him all over the back bumper. He's got Elvis peeking to his inside, and actually right there to his inside, down into turn number 3. Oh, and Hollingsworth way sideways out of 3. Big save from the 28. I don't think he caught the wall, but he will lose that second spot. He's going to have to try to cross back over as Brandon Elvis goes back to P2. Brandon Elvis in the 54. Remember, on those older tires, they have found something here. The newer tires could have tightened up some of these drivers. You can see the 54 building up runs. He's driving up to the back bumper of the 33 machine. We'll look at the lap times that last time around. Try and see where everybody's at. Last time, Justin Brooks just a little bit quicker than Brandon Elvis. Actually, Ryan Pittman, one of the faster cars. Gavin Gardner, I think, was the fastest car on the racetrack. We're inside of 50 laps to go. Brandon Elvis in the 54, trying to track down your race leader. 0.3 of a second is the difference. They work back down into 1. The 7-car breakaway right at the front. Then 2 more cars left on the lead lap. Steven Oberstadt and Matthew Kent. Oberstadt is a little ways back. But your front 7, all right here in a bunch. We go down into 3. Elvis keeping the gap close, down to 0.2 of a second. But will he be able to get the drive to the inside to make that pass? .33 of Brooks, able to get that car to drive up off the corner. It's going to be hard to find a way to drive underneath of him. You can definitely tell Brandon Elvis in the 54 giving it everything he's got. He knows that the time is running out. Just over 40 laps to go. There aren't many cars left in the race on the lead lap, so cautions are going to be slim. Zach Murdy's in the 02. Big time damage on that car. Trying his best to stay out of the way. I think everybody makes their way by, but that car was dog walking on the front stretch. Doing a good job of hanging on to that machine, to say the least. Up front, big run from Brandon Elvis in the 54. This is the closest that he's been. Keeps putting these runs together with 38 laps to go. He's definitely right there. Just got to keep close and try to find the run up off the corner. Justin Brooks in the 33 machine has led the most laps so far, but Brandon Elvis has something left in the tank here, trying to steal it here late. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 machine, right there in the 3rd spot. He's closing the gap on Brandon Elvis as well. He's keeping his car close up here at the front as you see the 54 machine gain a little bit more that time around. The gap is now just a car length. We've got 35 laps to go. Brandon Elvis here in the long run has found something, and that car is coming to life. He's all over the back bumper of of Justin Brooks, I should say, for that top spot. Zach Murdy's in the 02, going to go another lap down. Got Gavin Gardner right behind him. Gardner was close on the exit of 4 right there. Or 2. Brandon Elvis in the 54 has started to fall off just a little bit. We're about 30 laps shy of the finish. The gap's starting to open back up and swing more towards the direction of Justin Brooks. 54 machine about 3 car lengths back. Carter Hollingsworth right there in third. Peyton Henson right there in the 4th spot. So Brooks has to keep the pace up here. He's got 3 strong competitors back behind him. $30 to go, make it 29 when they get back this time by. Carter Hollingsworth starting to pick up the pace in the 28 machine for the 2nd spot. He's putting pressure on the back bumper of Brandon Elvis for 2nd. He looks to the inside, down the back straightaway. Elvis got loose. But Carter Hollingsworth not going to be able to peek to the inside right there. It's very difficult to set up a pass as here comes the 28 down to the bottom. Trying to take that 2nd spot away. As Elvis gets up into the outside wall, trying to hang on those older tires, and now definitely a little bit of damage on the right side, affecting the way that car is going to turn. But I think he's going to be able to get back down in front of Peyton Henson. As Zach Murdy's in the 0-2, is right in front of Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth kind of caught him at a bad time. Luckily, the 28's going to be able to get back down and clear. But he'll set his sights on Justin Brooks here as they come back to 25 laps to go. $25 to go for Justin Brooks. That last time around, Carter Hollingsworth 0.2 quicker. Trying to close the gap here. But half a second separates him and Justin Brooks. Hollingsworth in the 28. That time by. Still just a little bit quicker than Justin Brooks. That gap is closing up just a little bit. But is he going to have enough time? That's going to be the big thing here as we come back to 22 laps to go. 0.03 of a second quicker was the 28 of Hollingsworth that time. But he's got Brandon Elvis on his back bumper. He's not going to be able to track down Brooks if he's got Elvis putting pressure on him. That time by almost a 10th quicker was Carter Hollingsworth with 21 laps to go. The gap down to 0.3 of a second. And Hollingsworth just continues to eat into this lead. 28 machine trying to find something here in these closing laps as he is behind Matthew Kent right there. Kent in the 31 machine on the outside lane trying to stay up out of the way of the leaders. Just about made contact with Justin Brooks right there. That's going to check up Brooks just a little bit. As Brandon Elvis makes contact for third, sorry. As the caution flag comes out right as that happened. Peyton Henson and Brandon Elvis made contact for third right as Zachary Wilt went around. See what happened. Him and Colin McDonough were battling for the 11th spot. Looked like the 0-4 just lost the back end going down into 1. And a quick caution there. We'll watch what happened between Brandon Elvis and Peyton Henson here. Try to go back the lap before. This is down into turn number 3. I don't think there was really any contact. I think the 54 was just coming off the wall, hanging on to that race car. So your top three is Justin Brooks, Carter Hollingsworth, and Peyton Henson, as we have 9 cars on the lead lap. Justin Brooks continues to show the way. We'll see what Peyton Henson can do here on this restart. They send him back double file, he's going to be right behind your race leader, Justin Brooks. So we'll see what happens. I think the field's going to get the one to go signal this time by. And they will. And they will double up behind the iRacing.com pace car. So Carter Hollingsworth going to roll off alongside Justin Brooks here. We'll see what he can do. We've got a late race restart. About 13 laps to go. Pace car is off down to the bottom. The field going to come back down through turn number 3. And the green flag comes back out. And we're back racing here with 13 laps to go. Good jump for Justin Brooks in the 33. He'll be clear of Carter Hollingsworth, as now Hollingsworth going to have Peyton Henson to his back bumper. He'll have to try and clear to take that second spot back, and he will down into turn number 1. Does Carter Hollingsworth have anything left in the tank here with 12 laps to go? Or will Justin Brooks pick up the victory here at Concord? Gavin Gardner underneath Brandon Elvis for the 4th spot. Elvis really struggling with that race car, and there's contact through 3. I think that's going to do it for the 54 of Elvis. He may have encountered the incident limit there. You saw him disappear instantly after that contact. He was struggling with that race car. I think he tried to get back down in front of Ryan Pittman. Watch here. You see, I think he tried to back out and close the gap right there. Pittman was right to the inside, and then boom, there went Brandon Elvis. Watch it again. And the 08 machine was trying to fill that gap right as Brandon Elvis was closing it. 2 of them make contact, and that brings us back under yellow. The 15th caution flag here tonight. We are inside of 10 laps to go. Carter Hollingsworth was able to hold on to the 2nd spot. But what happens now? As the field doubles up here, we're ready to send them back racing here. After the 15th caution flag, we've got 6 laps to go. We are just about ready to wrap things up here at Concord. Pace car drops to the inside. And it's Justin Brooks and Carter Hollingsworth. They're going to come up through turn number 3 on the top side. And a good start there for the 33 of Brooks. He'll peek out ahead down into turn number 1. We've got 6 to go. Hollingsworth going to jump back down into 2nd as he'll shut the door on Peyton Henson. 5 to go here at Concord. Does Carter Hollingsworth have anything left in the tank? They come back around this time. We'll look at the lap times and see what the difference was. I think Brooks just a little bit quicker in the 33 machine. That was the fastest lap of the race for Hollingsworth. 3 laps to go this time. Justin Brooks sat on pole in this one, led a majority of the beginning of the race. Or led the entire beginning of the race, I should say. And this time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks up in the air. Final 2 laps for Justin Brooks. Carter Hollingsworth trying to make an attempt here. And he'll have one more shot at it as the caution flag flies. As we are not quite ready just yet. I didn't see what happened. What exactly the yellow flag was, rather. I think it happens here. Ah, right there, Zachary Wilt in the 04. Went for a slide. And that puts us under yellow once again. 16th caution flag. It's green-white checkered time. You're officially in overtime. Justin Brooks going to have to execute one more restart here. And this one will be his. If he can do what he's done so far, he'll be in good shape. Even though the restarts are all on green, he's been able to keep a good gap despite not having full control of when he wants to fire. The field doubles up. We're ready to send him back here. It'll be a green-white checkered to finish things off here at Concord. Pace car drops back to the bottom one more time. Steven Overstack going to follow him down pit road. Tough break for the 3. We are getting ready to send him back racing. Final restart, or what could be the final restart, as we're back underway with 2 laps to go. Justin Brooks gets a good launch down the back straightaway, but here comes Carter Hollingsworth. He's right there. What can Hollingsworth do? Final time around. White flag is out. Justin Brooks leads down into turn number 1. Hollingsworth's going to be right there on about a car length back. Down into turn number 3. Battle for third back behind, but it's going to be Justin Brooks winning here at Concord. Carter Hollingsworth comes home second, and Peyton Henson comes home third. Gavin Gardner was almost able to steal that third spot away from Henson. He comes up just short in the 4th spot. Noah Evans 5th. Ryan Pittman 6th. Matthew Kent 7th. Colin McDonough 8th. Steven Oberstadt 9th. Adam Fulford Jr. 10th. We'll get the rest of your results up on screen really quick. Zachary Wilt 11th. Brandon Elvis 12th. Zach Murtis 13th. Jacob Hayes 14th. Riley Maricchio 15th. Joshua Gaiman 16th. David Smeal 17th. Matt Borndren 18th. Nick Giampa 19th. James Pileski comes home 20th. And back behind him is Chris Fleming, Kyle Martin, Kyle St. Jean, and Connor Knowlton. Rounded out our field here tonight. So let's look at... Let's grab a word from our top 3 finishers here. There were 16 caution flags here tonight. Let's grab a quick word from our top 3, starting with our 3rd place finisher here tonight. We can get him into the right broadcast booth. That'll be a little bit better. 3rd place finisher here tonight, Peyton Hinson, up in the broadcast booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, it was a good run for you here this evening. An eventful race. There were 16 caution flags, but it looked like the 23 had a lot of speed all night long. You were able to avoid the chaos and luckily end up P3 when it was all said and done.
Yeah, I had a little bit of luck. Never raced here before, so this place is a little tricky.
Well, to never have raced Concord before, the speed that you had was pretty good, I'd say, for a first-timer. Helped you get to the 3rd spot. You had a big fight for the 3rd spot right at the line. Gavin Gardner tried to sneak one on you down into turn number 3. What did you think when you saw him pull to the inside in that final corner?
I knew if I just ran high enough, he would get loose underneath me. Because every time tonight he's gotten underneath me, he's just gotten loose. So I kind of knew if I just ran my line on the high side, I should have been fine. And luckily enough, we pulled it off there.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Peyton, on a 3rd place finish here tonight. Who do you have to thank for a podium at Concord?
Gotta thank Cottle. Gotta thank James for building the sets here. Gotta thank Matt and Steven for putting on the session in the league. Also gotta thank Clark Automotive, Kelgale Performance, and Justin Brooks for the nice paint scheme here.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Peyton, on your 3rd place finish here tonight. Hopefully we can see you back with OST, and hopefully we can talk to you once more in the broadcast booth.
Yep, we should be good at Myrtle, right?
Yep, Myrtle Beach in a couple weeks. Yep. I don't think we're racing next week. I think we take a week off.
I guess 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. But it'll be a good one. Myrtle Beach, gonna be good.
Should be good there.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you one more time, Peyton. We wish you luck in the future.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, now to talk to our 2nd place finisher here tonight. Made a good run at the end, just short. 2nd place finisher here tonight, Carter Hollingsworth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, 2nd place here, Justin Brooks, just one of the toughest competitors to beat. You were close there at the end. Probably could have went without a couple of those final cautions, but still a great run for you here in 2nd tonight.
Yeah, another good points night. 2nd at Oxford, winner at Hickory, and then 2nd again tonight. So pretty good points night. I knew going in, as soon as I seen Brooks on the entry list, that he was just going to be pretty hard to beat. He's always pretty hard to beat anywhere. It's dang near impossible, but, you know, there's a couple slip-ups that he has, and you just got to be there when he does it. It's very rare, but you can do it sometimes. Other than that, I feel like I had a pretty good race. Car was just way too tight, and we just had all those cautions at the start. It just kind of, you know, threw me off my game a little bit because I was debating on not pitting since, you know, we had like 10 cautions in the first 60 laps. So, but other than that, I feel pretty good about it. I didn't wreck nobody. I had a 4X because I kept hitting the wall, but other than that, I felt pretty good.
Yeah, to come out of Concord with a clean car and a 2nd place finish, you got to have a good feeling after that. And like you mentioned, points did a great job tonight on the points. You have not finished worse than 2nd this season. What is your game plan going into Myrtle, knowing that, you know, having all that in mind, trying to replicate a good points finish?
I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing a good job. All I got to do is just stay in the top 3, top 5, and I'll be pretty good for points. Myrtle's one of my favorite tracks. I feel like I'm really good there, but Brooks is even better. So if he shows up next week, he'll definitely be one to beat.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Carter, on a second place run. Before I let you go, who do you have to thank for another podium with Only Short Track Series?
Connell Chassis, WD Broadcast Network, Stephen Overstaff for putting on the league, and Matt Fordengren, Levi Photography, RJW 21 Management, and I think that's about it.
Alrighty, well, congratulations one more time, and we wish you luck at Myrtle Beach. Hopefully we can go 4 for 4 on top twos.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, now we're going to grab a word from our winner here tonight. See if we can grab him up in the broadcast booth. And up in the booth, Justin Brooks, you got a copy.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Alrighty, well, a heck of a race here tonight. We had 16 caution flags. Didn't throw you off your game, though. You were able to ace the restarts and kind of overcome that awkward fuel strategy. A couple guys stayed out, but didn't throw you off your game. Ended up with the victory here tonight. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I mean, yeah, with the fuel, how many cautions we had, I was only 5 laps short whenever we pitted, but I figured just going ahead and throwing a little bit of tires on so I can run the pace I need to run if needed, knowing the right rear ain't going to give up. There at the end, especially if people had some weird pitch strategy, that was just obviously the move, considering how long of a race it was, even with all the yellows. And it fired off tight, but got better as the run went on. There at the end especially, I just tried to get out front and just keep a little pace over them guys. And some laps I'd run it to see how the car was driving to back it down and try to save more right front that last run and right rear like it did the first run with how much tighter it was.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference when you come down and get those tires. What kind of adjustments do you make either to the car mentally, knowing, I know you said save more of the right front than the right rear, but knowing that you have different tires versus the cars in front of you, how do you mentally reset yourself after such a long green flag run?
I mean, really, it's just a thing I'm used to. I don't really know how to explain it except just look forward, look to the green flag, look to making my move on them guys, picking them off one by one, and like I said, putting myself back out front. The biggest thing, obviously, is like learning to drive the car again, because like I said, it was a completely different car after you put tires on. There was one restart there where coming off of turn 1, I got completely tight because I tried to gas it up like I did every other restart, and it just went up toward the wall. So I had to back my corner up a little bit, wait on the gas a little bit more, and it gave it a straight shot up off, and did that every other restart, and it was good to go to the end.
Alrighty, well, winner here tonight, Justin Brooks. Who do you have to thank for a win at Concord in the Only Short Track Series?
Thank you for putting this on. Thank Steven and everybody at Only Short Tracks for allowing me to come have some fun tonight. This is probably I'll probably have a few one-offs this entire schedule whenever its time permits. Tonight I wasn't doing anything, so I decided to come in and have a little fun. Yeah, it sucked. There was quite a bit of yellows. It thankfully cleaned up at some point when some of the guys that were causing them got out of there, and we had some fun battles there with Carter and Elvis and Frankie. Yeah, thank them for racing me clean, and hope everybody was watching tonight at least enjoyed it the second half of the race.
Yeah, it was definitely a much better second half. It was fun watching you and Elvis battle, and then Carter try to track you down as well. But one more time, congratulations to you, Justin, on your win here tonight.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. All right, that was Justin Brooks, your winner here this evening. Looking up on screen, you see your schedule moving forward. We've got Myrtle Beach here in a couple weeks, and then Nashville the week after that, the mini track at Nashville. That's going to be a race you guys won't want to miss. On the quarter mile, late model stocks, going to be a lot of fun. There may be some fenders torn up and some tempers flaring, but it's all in the spirit of fun. So thank you guys for watching one more time. On the WD Broadcasting Network, we've got 4 streams coming up this week. This was the first one. We've got the Winter Challenge Series tomorrow, Leave the Pack Super Series on Tuesday, and then the Trackmaster Sim Series on Thursday. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that red subscribe button for more iRacing content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we hit the green flag. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out the shop as well. Some new releases out today. Look out for a Facebook post about that in the future. But I'm your host, Winston Deal, signing it off from the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Till then, have a good night.